Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Not a bad day today. I feel like, 100% better than I did yesterday. It was a rough one. I just had a fever and, a little bit of some kind of a bug, not sure. Um, I gotta be careful with my words here, but I did, share in my community what that, um, stuff people had put into them might do to your microbiome in your gut. It's important. A doctor's information and her findings that she submitted to all medical professionals now, and actually, she get a Nobel Prize for it? Something. She was recognized for her work um, concerning all that stuff. So it's not a really long video, but it's off of I used to watch Homestead channel called Doug and Stacy. Mm, um, but my Doug shared it with me, and so and I've seen it before, but other people may not have seen it, so I have it in my community. If you want to listen to what this doctor has to say, if you're concerned about anybody that you care about that might have had that to try and protect their health, they might end up doing damage to it anyway. So it's in there. Last night I was looking for a movie to watch, which I did finally find. Um, Watched a pretty good one, but um, let me see, what was that called? Just a second here. The Moon is Down, a 1943 black and white movie. But before that, I ran across, let me see, I think it's a 5 or 6 year old video from Robert Seffer. He's an anthropologist, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I had seen it, so I watched it again. But it's the symbolism of the green man, and it has to do with Robin Hood. So for Robin's Hood, Robin T, I'm gonna put it in the comments, and it's a 8-minute video, but concerning the green man and that symbolism. And I've also seen it done where it looks like the green man is in the sun, not just foliage, but concerning your name and what that means and different things. And it was pretty interesting. So I think you'll like that. You might be able to use it in some of your work. Never know. Because Robert Seffer does great work. He really does. So, um, if you're into anthropology and history and bloodlines and knowing things about different cultures and that type of thing, he's a really good source for all that type of thing. So, yeah. So, anyway, like I said, I'm doing pretty good. Got my exercises done yesterday. Last night, I got my housework I wanted done and the preserves that I wanted to make for Doug, and I made a quadruple batch. Um, I cut the sugar in half. I started with frozen berries, but it was double the amount of berries. And so what I did is I let them thaw out first and got rid of about 2 cups of juice in there so it would thicken and make the preserves the way it was supposed to be. It was even better than I've ever made it before. It turned out really great. I had a piece of bread with some on it, and Doug had eggs and sausage in his toast with lots of it on there. Then he said he was thinking about having some ice cream, but then he knew if he did, he'd put more of them strawberries on there. Whatever, they're whatever, just, like I told him, well, go ahead, eat it. He said, I put a dent in that, and I said, I see that, yeah, because it is really good. It turned out really good. Anytime you can cut down on sugar when you're making something and then still make it taste excellent. My oldest granddaughter was talking about something that I had thought of when I was about her age. She's going on 16. I always wanted to make fat-free and sugar-free bakery goods. But then that's when I first thought of that, they had come out with fructose, and then we all found out that fructose was nothing but high fructose corn syrup, so it actually wasn't sugar-free at all. In fact, it ended up being way worse for us than just, the regular sugar. A lot of that sugar-free stuff with the aspartame in there or different things triggers our brains that you actually might put on more weight with your sugar-free stuff because it's so sweet. It triggers your brain to try and fight off. Um, it won't convert it into energy. It just kind of stays as a sugar in your blood system, and then will turn, instead of turning that into energy, it will turn into go into the deep layer, deep fat on your body and stay there. So that's what they found. So anyway, I just saw a meme that said when God wants to judge a country, he gives them a wicked ruler. Well, I don't know how true that is, but let me see who said that. If it's still over there, it might be. Let me see. Or not. It might flip back. Oh, here it is. John Calvin said that. So he was a church father, a founding father of the church, like in Calvinism, which would be like the Calvary church that doesn't really believe that women should preach. So, yeah, anyway, I like this. If you cheat, I'm not cheating back. My loyalty will hurt you in the end. That's very true. And it does. And that goes into talking about, uh, staying with a spouse even when there's no sexual relations involved. Um, it does force you to work together as friends. If um, all you had before was intimacy or sexual relations and that was your attraction, or it might have been like the base of of getting to know a person, or not, or not. But I mean, to actually be forced to work in a relationship when all you have to offer yourself is your mind and your heart, or all you have to offer them, yeah, it takes a very strong will to stay with a person, you know. It really does. It does. It can make you better friends. Yeah. Robin's Hood was saying how uh he grew on Doug like a fungus. Yeah, kinda. You kinda did. I mean, he would, like, when I had the table was just right on the other side of the wall, and I'd have a Robin Hood's video on. Doug had no choice whether to listen to it or not, although he would try and talk through many of them at the same time. I just kind of would ignore it because I don't do the jealous thing. I'm not a disloyal person, so I don't tolerate it out of anybody. I just can't stand it. I mean, I can see if like a little bit here and there, or just feel out even your friends, like where do your friends stand with you? Are they loyal like that? Yeah, even it doesn't have to be a intimate relationship, it can be a friendship. And jealousy could play a part in some of that because you just really want to know who cares about you and who doesn't. So, cheers, everyone. So, it's just like it's nice to know who watches you and who doesn't. It's nice to know who I'm talking to or who cares what I have to say. It's like I've heard people say, you know, why are you watching me? Robin Hood said that. What makes me so interesting? Well, for me personally, I saw the way he processed life, or you processed life and things you were going through a lot like I did in certain ways, knowing I know you have God in your heart. And so to watch, I don't mean to laugh, but to watch you go through similar things that I went through and to see you process them in a very like way, tells me a lot about who you are inside your integral parts, concerning being a man of God, having God in your heart. Makes it, well, it could either make it difficult for people to function in this world, or it can give you an upper hand. It's like I was watching Dr. Professor Bachman talking about, gee, now there, it was a pretty good video, but he was talking about religion, and then it wasn't really a joke. Um, it's called Evolutionary Psychology Red Pill Manosphere Nonsense. Well, he's basically talking about, oh, the way people are dealing with psychological issues on this planet. Well, anyway, he made somewhat of a joke about, he said, I don't really have a religion, but I think that I might be, like, he might be getting one. Um, so, hey, Professor, I hear you. I do, so, yeah, that's definitely a red pill moment. It isn't that people don't know they don't have, whether or not they have God in their heart. A lot of times it has to do with the people we're around, and the level of God that they have in their heart, and whether they actually recognize what that actually is or looks like or sounds like. So, yeah. So, yeah. I don't really have a religion myself, although I've studied all of them, and from just anything that I can basically think, I know that there's the Spirit of God that has always worked within me. There's that little naggy feeling if I ever wanted to be a jerk that would stop me from being a full-blown jerk. Not just my own conscience, but something extra there that told me that we're really not alone. So we're being watched every second by good force and the bad, one eye for each, you know. Oh, people, whatever, want a triangle too to go along with your nonsense, people, you know, with their symbolism, you know. I'm gonna pop over to Facebook and see if there's any good memes today. Read you a. Oh, funny. Okay. Whoever said money can't buy love doesn't understand the escort business. I don't think you understand the escort business. But anyway. Oh, Lindstrom, Minnesota, which is about 20 miles away from me, took their water tower and turned it into a coffee pot. It says, "Welcome to Lindstrom." It's white with a blue handle and a little blue top on it. It's cute. Something different. Jacob Joseph Van Droska, I think is how you say his name, just put a picture up. He found my Facebook from Robin's Hood. Just talked to him a couple days ago. I have a picture of ex-President Bush and Putin together in wizard robes. This was last year. I had written, Germany and France used to be the same country, just like Ukraine and Russia. We have been played hundreds of years by men in PJs. They have, uh, a steak meal together and decide who's going to split and where the money will go, whose war and why. And I am sorry for any military person that found out too late. It's the people that suffer, like you right now, not them. It's never been them. But wizards and witchcraft, it's just like Halloween in your mind. You seem too stupid to see or care, or you didn't know. Now you do. Yeah, they split up countries, they bomb countries, they go back together. I mean, they all sit down in the United Nations and their other um whether it's um BlackRock or any of them, getting together and talking about their world plans. Oh, on top of this one, I wrote, "Thank you, God, for making me stupid and helping me through it. LOL. When God put a calling on your life, He already factored in your stupidity. Stupidity. Most comforting thing I ever heard." A friend wrote, "He too underestimated me." No, this is somebody that I blocked last year. No, he didn't underestimate you. Might have overestimated you, but he didn't underestimate you. We, the people, should know that the power belongs to us. We elect to employ them to work for us. Their loyalty shall be to us. We will respect them, but we shall not worship them. And I wrote on top, give me real leadership to respect. Oh, that's right. They don't teach ethics in your Ivy League schools. No, they don't. This is funny. How, how we can tell you, how we can tell you survive in, oh, how well can you survive in the wilderness? I really doubt that I would take a test from somebody that probably has way less survival skills than I do. No, I'm not doing that. So I can start a fire several different ways with no lighter or matches or anything and survive and trap and all kinds of things. And people are like, oh, so you think you have a fishing pole, so uh, you'll be able to feed yourself and whatever. Yeah, actually, it does help. It's better to know how to fish in a time of hardship than it would be not to. Oh, excuse me a minute. I'm gonna close this a little bit, shining in a little too shiny. Maybe I can a little bit. I'll be right there. That might help. Yeah. Oh, well, sorta. Let me turn it this way a little bit. That should help. Not really. Not really. Well, that helps if I get out of the sun like that. Okay, I'll just lean forward a little bit. That doesn't help. So, anyway, what the heck, whatever. Um, let's see, what was I talking about? Ah, doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get back to it. Mm. I know you can probably hear me gulping. I've got plastic in my throat. I've always had trouble swallowing, you know. Used to be even like pills would get stuck. That doesn't happen anymore, like aspirin or whatever. But yeah, yes. I'm still trying to think of what I was talking about. Probably talking about a meme I had just seen. I don't know. Mm, I don't know. Bob Marley said, overcome the devils with a thing called love. Yeah, you can love people. If they don't love you, you can still love them. But sometimes it just doesn't work out so well. This is true. You may not get caught for everything, but you will pay for everything you have done. It's true. I believe that. Ha! Sorry I'm cranky. I'm going through my terrible 60s right now. That's funny. I'm not cranky, but it's still funny. It's like yesterday I put um a t-shirt that said, if you see me acting wild in my 60s, know that I had spent my 20s just being a mom, you know. So, like, mind your business. And I wrote on top, if you see me being wild. I don't go anywhere or do anything to go get wild, you know. Oh, that's funny. There's a dude. Yeah, I know it looks like he's fixing his fishing pole. That's what I was talking about too, fishing. I'll get back there. It's a guy sitting on a wall, and the water's on the other side, and on the grass he's got his pole out there. He's probably fixing his line or his bobber, but it says uh, when you have whiskey for breakfast. That's funny. Yes, you don't know where the water is. That's what I was talking about, is a person that had said, if you have like, people are like, oh, I'm prepared for bad times. I have a fishing pole. Yeah, it's way better. What would you rather have, a fishing pole out in the country or a box of food in the city? When your food runs out, what you gonna do? Huh? Yeah, exactly. You gonna eat the box? When they turn off your water, you're gonna defecate in your box too? Then what are you gonna do with it? Whatever. you know. Unless you can definitively say I can make it through a winter in the northern climate we live in, you're probably not going to be okay. If you don't know how to do that, say if you can't look a full year ahead and know that you can take care of yourself or even somebody else for 12 months, you know, so you got 12 months worth of food, what then? If everything goes down, there's going to be nothing, not even a way to use the toilet. Can you imagine New York City and the power going off? What that hellhole would look like? Whoa. Holy, holy crap. All kinds of it. That would be not some place I'd want to be. That's for sure. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good thing to know how to fish and dig worms. That's what my friend had written on top there. He wasn't fishing, he was using his fishing pole to catch the worms. Okay, sure. Oh, somebody else. I got a joker on my Facebook that comes up with some pretty good puns. And this morning he had said walk, not walking like you're walking, but walk like you're cooking. He said, uh, what was it? I've been sleepwalking again. There was stir fry on the stove when I got up. So, or I was cooking. No, I was sleepwalking again. There was stir fry on the stove when I got up. And he spelt it walking like WOKING. That was funny. He comes up with them type of things. Shows one of my friends getting low on their herb. So they took 3 roaches and rolled it into a doobie. Somebody else wrote, I've done that. Excellence is never an accident. It's always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. Aristotle said that. I was going to look up something Socrates said. I'll have to do that. And he had written something called a denouncement proclamation, something like that. Well, yeah, all attorney general's office are filled with Jesuit alumni. Yeah, a lot of them are. Huh, dear Santa, please slip a new back and a pair of knees under the tree for me. How about trying to exercise and keep your muscles strong around your aging bones? That's probably the best advice. Here goes this guy again. All mockers will be joined in sinners. Well, I know what he meant. All mockers will join the sinners in hellfire. He wrote will be joined. Just join, not join. But yeah, I know what he meant. And that's not quite true either. That it doesn't say that anywhere in the scriptures. Not like that. And even if it did, I'm pretty sure I could anything's possible when you turn back from your wicked ways. Um, you're probably gonna be okay, you know. Oh no, this is sad. My personality is basically a mix between a needy 5-year-old child who can't control her emotions, a teenage rebel who makes poor life decisions, and an 80-year-old woman who's tired and needs a nap. None of them apply to me. Ah, X, I still love you. Me, I don't blame you. That's funny. Only thing is it wasn't true love. So, nah, he never loved me. We had some good times together, but it wasn't love on his part. And looking back, if I had actually known his personality, it wouldn't have been love on my part either. So, no, it wasn't love. What's this? Something about my grandkids laugh because they think I'm crazy. I laugh because they don't know it's hereditary. Do not love the world or the things that belong to the world. John 2:15. This is true. Um, Faith is the bird that feels the light and sings when the dawn is still dark. It's true. Shows a guy fishing, and it says, to me, to some it's just water. To me, it's where I regain my sanity. I used to always be found over at one of the lakes that's close to me. Wow. Godly man must be faithful to his wife even though he doesn't have one yet. Yeah, I shared a Native American lady in my community a meme that everybody else's history is represented in our public school system except the owners of the land. Isn't that something? Yeah. You'll eat steaks, you will drive your gas guzzlers, you will heat your home, you will use cash notes, you will travel in leisure, and you will disobey the globalists. Well, guess what? I'm not disobeying nobody. No globalist tells me what to do anyway. Never has and never will. And as a matter of fact, for even trying to tell me what to do, you're going to be punished for it. You don't hurt people out on this planet. Everybody that's played any kind of a part in any branch of this agenda, you're going to pay for the shit that you've done. You're participating in murder. I don't care if it's the mixed gender bullshit with the children or laughing at children being abused and calling their sexual parts pizzas and hot dogs or the rest your you'll repeat crap, whatever you're doing, participating in the jabberoos with people, knowing better, and trying to force that on people, trying to mandate things that are just obnoxious and beyond unhealthy, all the bullshit. Anybody that's participated, you're going to have your day in court. So, anyway, we all do. We all face God with our souls, whether we know it or not, every second. The thing is, the people that think that they're doing things and nobody can see what they're doing, like they're so sneaky and so sly, so clever that nobody's smart enough to figure out what you're doing, or that you're just so slimy that you just don't care if people see the wrong that you're doing or not because you feel that you're entitled, whatever category some of these people fall into, you know. I'll have one more with you, and them kitties are getting big. They are 6 days old today, or let me see, 7 days old today. And that little white one, she had both her eyes open. She's the smallest one. She had them both open yesterday. And she's the loudest one, the tiniest one. It's just funny. Anyway. I'll be taking another video of them pretty soon. They're all so pretty, cute. I have to, I didn't want to move them today, and I thought about, changing their bedding. Probably tomorrow, I told the mommy. It's not too messy, but it's a little messy from her giving birth. Not real bad, but so yeah. I'll help her clean it up tomorrow. So, like I say, I didn't want to move them, too soon. Like take them all off of their area and then put down clean bedding. I didn't quite want to move them all yet. So I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be the day. So, boy, that mama's been just eating so much. Doug's been getting her and his cat. I mean, they have their crunchies too, but these packs of like prime white chicken meat and that type of thing, and feeding her great big piles of chicken twice a day. Sometimes 3 times. So they have that, and they have their crunchies and their milk. And last night he had eggs and sausage and toast, and gave some to both the cats. And so yeah, he didn't actually like just cook for the cats like I have, but yeah, he takes care of them pretty good. Spoiled. But that's why those babies are so pretty and healthy, from all the good food their mommy eats. So yeah, I've been feeling a little anxious today, which is really weird. It's just like not a foreboding feeling, but just a weird feeling like something's going on that I don't know about with somebody I know. Just a feeling, you get those feelings, and maybe it's one of my kids, who knows. They're both doing not too good. So, yeah, they have a tendency to be fighters, and they don't walk away or nothing. They engage in quite a bit of drama through their life, so it does not make their life easier, especially if they're incarcerated and they're acting like that. It's just going to be worse for them, so I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just thinking something's up with one of them, or it could be a grandkid or their mom. I don't know. I'm sure I'll find out maybe later today, but something tells me something's up with one of the kids. Anytime I get a feeling like that, it's not wrong, so I'll let you know. Anyway, what's your weather like? It is beautiful here today. It says 26 degrees, but the sun is out, and the snow was melting off the roof this morning. Yesterday it was about 40 degrees. Nothing was melting. And the day before, I was talking about how the snow wasn't even melting, but it is today. So I don't know. And it's colder out now, and it's melting. strange. One of these days soon I have to move. I had moved my kitchen table out to the living room and to make room for a wall to be repaired in back of the wood cook stove that we have. We have a regular wood stove and then one like an actual oven. So behind where that oven one is, um, there's a new board there and some repairs that need to be done. But once that's done, I have to bring the kitchen table back into the dining area. And then we have, do you know what those teeters are? It's, it shows an old man and his name is Teeter that invented it. It's what do you call it? An incline. You get on it and it tips you upside down, and he gets off it and he jumps up. He's like made it when he was about 70 and he's like, I'm 70 and I can still do this, and he jumps up into the air. And so anyway, we have one of these teeters Doug ordered that needs to be set up. It's pretty much assembled, I guess. It just needs to be taken out of its box. Um, and I was thinking, I wonder if there's anybody that ever got on them incline machines or whatever you call them and got stuck there. I don't know. Wouldn't that be a trip if you had like heart problems or other types of, if you weren't very physically fit and you put your feet in that thing and teetered backwards so you're upside down, and what if you can't get back up if you're all alone or that'd be terrible. I don't know if there's any precautionary measures or instructions like what to do or not to do, but what I want to do is get on there on the incline, and then I can be down there and I can do would be, let me see, what would they call them, like Nordic uh sit-ups. But a Nordic one is you're laying on your stomach and then you raise your top half of your body. Or I used to hang off the edge of my bed and raise my upper body like that. Um, so if I'm laying on my back and I'm like this, I can use that for resistance to work out my abs while I'm down there, or do leg raisers and different things on it. So, because anytime you can do a different exercise with your body than what your normal routine, you're going to incorporate muscles that you've never worked before. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, kind of. I do get vertigo. I've had head injuries and stuff, so I do have troubles like that, but I think I'll be okay. you know. But anyway, never know. When I do it, I'll let you know. Maybe I'll bring my camera on there and you can do some upside down sit-ups with me. So, well, I'm going to get this uploaded. I appreciate you joining me. There's going to be a symbolism of the green man. Might interest anybody, because I'm sure you've seen the symbol around the world. Um, I have. So, like I say, I've seen it in a sunburst, um, the same symbol, meaning the same thing. So, all right, everybody, have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Talk to you soon. Tomorrow.